Hi everyone, my name is Crystal Grace Usobi, and I am coming to you in regards to a book that God has inspired me to write. It is an account of my personal military experience, as well as it provides a guide that shows a connection between the physical army as well as being in the spiritual army, which is God's army. I am going to show you the copy or the actual cover of my book. And online it actually looks different. It's an ebook online, but online it's an ebook. It was published on November 8th through Amazon Kindle. And I wrote it because I wanted to be an inspiration, and I also wanted to empower my fellow veterans. This account is dedicated to the brave men and women in uniform, past, present, as well as future, as well as their families. It's also a great resource for those who do not have military affiliation. In my book, I go step by step. I start from the actual enlistment process and I go all the way to exiting the military. It started out giving the introduction of how I got in, how I joined, all the way me going to basic training, which was in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I went, of course, through advanced individual training, which was basically where I learned my job of being when I was in the military. It talks about also dealing with my first deployment when I first went to Kuwait. It entails my redeployment. When I redeployed, of course, that was when I finished my time being in Kuwait, and we were transitioning from active duty back to reserve status, because that's what I was at that time. I was in the reserve status, where I was part-time. It also tells about my life in the regular army, as well as when I got out of the military. And my guide, the guide that I provided, it has an introduction. I provided an introduction. Also provided a brief history of the United States Army, and as well as how we were called to be in God's Army. I also went through the steps again in regards to the enlistment process, as well as the enlistment process when it comes to being a part of God's Army. Then I went in depth where I dealt with the journey begins. And in this guide, I provide scriptures. The scriptures that I provide back up what I am saying. So you know I'm coming straight from the Bible. This is not Crystal talking. This is the Word of God speaking. At the end, I conclude with a congratulations of completing your enlistment in the military, both the physical as well as the spiritual. I am so pleased that God has given me the grace to be able to come to you and share this with you, because this is not just for myself. I have to share this with everybody, because we all are created in the image and likeness of God. And it's important that I share with you what God shares with me. And the Bible states, iron sharpens iron. So I'm here to be a blessing to you, because God has been a blessing to me for so long, and I just want to share his goodness with you. In my book, I also include an important note for your toolbox, which deals with the battlefield of the mind. And the battlefield of the mind is actually where all wars begin. Physical wars actually stem from having a battlefield in the mind. Whether you understand that or not, it's actually true. In my book, I also give some interesting geographical facts, where I looked in my Bible and I was just sitting down and I was looking. I was like, this looks so familiar. Okay. I saw where I was able to make a connection between the actual live map, the world map in the Middle East, as well as looking at the Assyrian and Babylonian empires map that was in my Bible. And I noticed that I actually served in that area. And it was such a blessing to me when I sat down and just really sat down and studied it. And I was comparing the maps. It was incredible to me. And I just wanted to be able to share it with you. So I'm asking, and I just want to say, be blessed. And I pray that you find this book an encouragement to you. Also, I would love for you, if you're willing, to share it with other people, because we have to get this message of the gospel out. It is very important. So you can find my book on Amazon Kindle. It's an ebook. It's not a hardback book. It's an ebook. You would just need to go to Amazon Kindle and look for Extraordinary Grace. The cover of it is actually pink and purple. So you'll see that once you put in Extraordinary Grace in the search engine of Amazon Kindle. Thank you, and I hope you be blessed.